David McCullough's highly acclaimed biography, John Adams, 2001, served as the primary source for the HBO miniseries that delved into the remarkable life of John Adams, which premiered in 2008. Originally intending to encompass the lives of both John and Thomas Jefferson, McCullough shifted his focus to the lesser-known president after uncovering a wealth of correspondence between John and his wife, Abigail. Born in 1735 into a devoutly religious family in Massachusetts, John Adams displayed exceptional academic prowess throughout his schooling. Yet, his spirited nature led to occasional clashes with his teachers. Sent to Harvard by his father at the tender age of 16, John was expected to pursue a career in the ministry. However, his aspirations gravitated towards the field of law, which he believed offered greater opportunities for intellectual distinction and public recognition. Upon successfully passing the bar exam, John began contributing political satires to a local newspaper, honing his writing skills and engaging in civic discourse. In 1759, fate introduced John to Abigail Smith, the younger sister of a woman courted by one of his friends. Though initially unimpressed, John's admiration for Abigail soon blossomed, leading to their eventual marriage. Their union was built on a foundation of shared literary passions and an unwavering commitment to honesty, which permeated their relationship. Together, they experienced the joys and challenges of raising 6 children, one of whom would become the future president, John Quincy Adams. As tensions escalated in the years preceding the American Revolution, John Adams emerged as a fervent participant in various political causes. Through his newspaper platform, he vehemently opposed the Oppressive Stamp Act. Notably, he took on the defense of British soldiers accused of firing upon civilians during the Boston Massacre, successfully securing an acquittal for the captain and most of the soldiers. John's legal acumen, particularly his strategic jury selection, played a pivotal role in the outcome, as he assembled a jury predisposed to a more favorable view of the British. While actively involved in the fight for American independence, John Adams stood among the more conservative founding fathers. He advocated for a peaceful transition and abhorred the notion of a violent revolutionary movement. Despite the advice of close friends urging him otherwise, John Adams chose to attend the First Continental Congress in 1774. His commitment to the cause of independence grew steadily over the following years, with a deepening concern that progress was too sluggish. He tirelessly worked to push legislation forward within the new Congress. Tasked with leading the committee responsible for drafting the Declaration of Independence, Adams entrusted the actual writing to Thomas Jefferson. When the time came to advocate for its passage, John utilized his exceptional debating skills to navigate the document through Congress. Prior to the signing of the Declaration, he also took part in a special committee aimed at forging an alliance with France in anticipation of the impending war. Throughout the American Revolution, John Adams served as a diplomat, culminating in his involvement in negotiating a peace treaty with the British in 1779. Following the war, he assumed the role of the first American ambassador to Great Britain, accompanied by his wife Abigail, with whom he embarked on extensive travels, exploring historical sites across Europe. Upon their return to the United States in 1789, Adams received a request from George Washington to serve as his vice president. While his primary duty involved casting tie-breaking votes in the Senate, a responsibility he fulfilled on 31 occasions during his tenure, Adams harbored reservations about the role of vice presidency. Nevertheless, this did not deter him from running for president in 1796, despite being largely out of favor with the Federalist Party. Ultimately, he secured the presidency, with Thomas Jefferson assuming the position of vice president. One of the defining events of Adams' presidency was the XYZ affair, during which the French revolutionary government seized and pillaged American merchant ships near British waters. Despite his initial desire to remain neutral in the French Revolution, John Adams found himself compelled to adopt a firm stance against France, straining relations between the two nations. Furthermore, Adams was responsible for implementing several laws that imposed stricter requirements for American citizenship and facilitated the deportation of individuals residing in the country. Thomas Jefferson, a staunch critic of many of Adams' policies, actively worked to undermine him in Congress. Ultimately, Jefferson triumphed over Adams in the 1800 election, leading to Adams' defeat. Following his electoral loss, John Adams retired to his farm and adopted a frugal lifestyle, managing to save a significant portion of his earnings from his presidency. He largely refrained from engaging in politics, fearing that his involvement might negatively impact his son John Quincy's own political career. Prior to his passing, Adams made a sincere attempt to reconcile with Thomas Jefferson, with whom he had been at odds. Remarkably, both Adams and Jefferson died on July 4, 1826, within hours of each other. At the time of John Adams' death, John Quincy Adams was serving as the nation's third president.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.